Hey, it's Adam at SODO Moto. I'm here in a Peugeot 106 Rallye. We're going to take it for a short drive on Mercer Island. So a little history on the Peugeot 106. In 1994 they came out with the Rallye version S1, the original, which is what we have here. This is an inline four-cylinder engine, 1.3 liter, putting out about 100 horsepower. It's got special gear ratios in the transmission. It's got a relatively light build with no air conditioning, manual roll-up windows, no sunroof. Relatively Spartan inside, but with the distinctive red carpet and red seat belts that the other Rallye variants had. 205 Rallye, for instance. Car weighs just over 800 kilograms, so something over 1,600 pounds, maybe 1,700 pounds. It's got distinctive Michelin steel Rallye wheels, lower suspension. The engine is a single overhead cam, 2 valve per cylinder. Later 106 has got a twin cam cylinder head, but this one's kind of distinctive for being the first. It's got the simpler early styling. It's one that's very popular in Europe as a little hill climb car, as a little rally car. It was FIA homologated. It wasn't particularly successful in rallying, but it's a car that a lot of young drivers would get their start in. Even today, there are people who are quite enthusiastic about the early 106s. One of the fellows on the forum I was talking to recently has a Quaife differential, 160 horsepower. What we have here is basically stock. It's got a fresh air intake, it's got an aftermarket stereo, but otherwise it's essentially stock. Everything works. Heater, blows hot, vents, rear defroster. One unusual feature for us here in the United States is it's got a headlight adjustment knob, so you can actually adjust how high or low your headlights shine. The transmission is a little bulky. It's a common weakness on these is the synchros are prone to wear. Future owner can drive it as it is if they can manage the matching revs, which of course I didn't do right there. But if you work at it, so here shifting from fourth into third, shifting a little slow, a little careful, you can generally shift without too much drama. There's second gear into third, taking it slow, no problem. Fourth gear feels great. Cute little horn. That's a quick overview of the Peugeot 106. If you have any questions, sodomoto.com or give us a call, 206-419-9295. Thanks for watching. Hi, this is Adam at SODO Moto. I'm here with a 1994 Peugeot 106 Rallye. This is the S1 version, made 94 to 96. It's got a 1.3 liter single overhead cam 4-cylinder engine, putting out 100 horsepower. It's a lightweight build with manual windows, lightweight interior, no air conditioning, distinctive Michelin Rallye style steel wheels, lower suspension, more taut suspension. It's got the distinctive Peugeot Motorsport graphics on it. The Rallyes had red interior with red seat belts. This car is in quite good condition. It's got about 190,000 kilometers, or about 110, 115,000 miles. The interior is held up very well. The seats are nice and clean. Relatively large people fit inside here, similar to a Mini, where the wheels are pushed out to each corner. It's got kind of a interesting torsion bar rear suspension with rear trailing arms, like miniature Porsche turbo trailing arms. It's in quite good condition, you know, a few little bumps and bruises from having been around Japan, some paint loss on the forward edge of the rear fender flares. A few little scratches and some age on the graphics, but it's in quite nice shape. Hey, it's Adam at SODO Moto. I'm here in front of a Peugeot 106 Rallye 1994, one of my recent imports. Just doing a little bit of work underneath it. I'm going to replace the transmission fluid with Redline shockproof oil to try and improve the second and third gear synchros, which you catch just a little bit, particularly on the upshift. But just looking at the rest of the undercarriage, basically transmission and engine are nice and dry, no oil leaks. This glossy appearance here on the front suspension is actually rust proofing that undoubtedly was installed when the car was new. But again, nice and dry, nice looking transmission. Support mount here. The exhaust is in pretty good shape. The bushings here on the front are quite good. Sway bar bushings are also good. The sway bar chassis bushings here are nice. Ball joints look good. Brakes work quite well. The axles do have just a little bit of perceptible play, maybe visible here on the driver's side, but really not a big deal. The shift linkage here, so here's the shift linkage from the passenger compartment. Here you can see this bracket on the firewall itself has some nylon bushings that have undoubtedly been lost, but the longitudinal or lateral bushing here is in good shape. The Heim joints are in good shape. I'll put some grease on these, but that's nice. Catalytic converter's still here. Got a little dent on the chassis, longitudinal here, but really it's quite a clean car underneath. One of the rubber exhaust hangers here is getting a little bit loose, but if I had one I would put it in, but not a big deal. The fuel filter here was dangling down. It can come out of its little essentially zip tie clip here. The brake, handbrake cable had come loose, but the torsion bars on the back end look good. The shocks look good. The bushings here are nice. The suspension itself, kind of like on the front, there's just a little bit of perceptible looseness with the wheels at full extension here. On the front I can show it better. So here the springs are a little loose in their perch when the wheels have dropped all the way down to their lowest point. Not a big deal. It happens when people lower cars. Since this is so low from the factory, it could be that they just have a similar length strut with shorter springs than the non-Rallye variant. I'm not sure. These are pretty rare worldwide, and particularly rare here in the US. So anyway, there's just a bit of an overview of the 106 Rallye. Nice and dry, rust-free, nice and clean, original condition. The original steel Michelin wheels. No damage down here on the lower sills. Both rear flares have a little bit of paint loss on the leading edge. A couple little scratches and marks on the lower plastic. So here again, a couple little scratches and some paint loss, but all in all, quite a fine car. Anyway, thanks for watching. Adam at SODO Moto, checking out.